Hello everyone, Andy Wolverton here at Journeys in Darkness and Light, and today I want to answer a question that I get on a fairly regular basis. It's a question about box sets in general, and specifically about the Kino Dark Side of Cinema box sets. So the most common question I get about the Kino sets is usually, should I buy them? And if so, which one should I buy? The answer depends on where you are in your film noir journey. If you've seen and own all the famous noirs, such as Double Indemnity, Out of the Past, The Killers, The Big Heat, and other such films, you may be interested in some of the Kino sets. Just know that there aren't many of what I would call prestige film noir titles in those sets. That's not to slight them, but many film noir fans love to explore the dark side of cinema collections because they want to see everything, especially the lesser known pictures. I don't blame them. There's some great stuff in those sets, but there are some titles that are at best noir stained. Again, all of these are entertaining and there are many of them, but your full enjoyment of some titles may depend upon your definition of film noir. So if you're new to film noir, I'd recommend that you start with some of the classics, including the ones I mentioned earlier. Double Indemnity, Out of the Past, The Killers, The Big Heat, Detour, Laura, Scarlet Street, The Asphalt Jungle, and more. I would start with a pretty short list. Let's say no more than 25 films. In fact, Eddie Muller's 25 noir films that will stand the test of time is a great place to start. I'll link to that page in the notes. Depending on where you live, you can find all of those titles on North American Blu-rays and probably European discs as well. Now, if you really want to get started with box sets, it's a little tougher now than it used to be just a few years ago. For my money, the best sets came out several years ago from Warner Brothers. The problem is those were DVD-only sets and are now pretty expensive to buy on the used market. Many of those titles have been restored and transferred to Blu-ray, which is good news, but usually individually, not in a box set. One exception is the Warner Archive Film Noir 4-film collection Blu-ray set, which includes high-definition upgrades of 4 of the 5 films from that very first film noir classic collection. The Setup, Murder My Sweet, Out of the Past, and Gun Crazy. The only film not in that Blu-ray set is The Asphalt Jungle, which is available from the Criterion Collection. Let's look at Volume 2 of the classic collection. This set includes Born to Kill, still unavailable on Blu-ray, The Narrow Margin, one of my all-time favorites, still unavailable on Blu-ray, Dillinger, also unavailable on Blu-ray, Crossfire, and Clash by Night, the only 2 films from this set on Blu-ray, individually, both from Warner Archive. So if you can find this set at a good price, even though it's DVDs, it's worth it. Volume 3. The 2 best films in this collection are on Warner Archive Blu-rays, Border Incident and On Dangerous Ground. His Kind of Woman, The Racket, and Lady in the Lake are still DVD only. Now that set also includes a DVD-only documentary called Film Noir, Bringing Darkness to Light from 2006, which is worth owning. Volume 4 moves from 5 to 10 films, having 2 films per disc. This one includes some A-list and B-picture films. The films on Blu-ray from this set: Act of Violence, a new release coming soon from Warner Archive, and They Live by Night, a Criterion release that's been available for several years. Both are superb films. Volume 5, a 4-disc set with 8 films, none of which are currently on Blu-ray: Cornered, Desperate, The Phoenix City Story, Deadline at Dawn, Armored Car Robbery, Crime in the Streets, Dial 1119, and Backfire. There's some fun films in this set, especially Armored Car Robbery, but this set is probably the weakest of the 5 Warner DVD sets. Let's move on to Columbia Noir. Some of these films have found their way to Blu-ray on the British label Indicator. The problem is that most of those limited edition sets are now out of print, but you can get the individual films in standard edition releases, which means you'll get all the disc extras, but you'll be missing out on the booklets, which includes some really excellent writing on these films. Many of these releases are Region B Blu-rays, so you'll have to have a region-free player if you live in North America. Indicator has also released 2 Universal Noir box sets, which are still in print and have some great extras. Many of these films, though, have been released in the US from Kino Lorber. Let's jump back to Columbia. Many of the films that show up in the Indicator sets are also available on the Noir Archive sets from Mill Creek and Kit Parker Films. Lots of titles, but no extras. Some of these films also appeared in Columbia Pictures Film Noir Classics sets, 4 volumes worth, but these are DVD only. Another company that's released several impressive box sets is Imprint from Australia. They currently have 5 volumes. Those sets feature some great films with great extras, but they're often not struck from restorations. Kino Lorber and other labels tend to release those titles with restorations, but usually without all the extras. Be aware that Imprint also has a nice collection of 3 Neo-Noir box sets called After Dark Neo-Noir Cinema. All of these box sets are region free. So there's really no fast and easy way to collect the best in film noir movies only in box sets. You have to do a little homework, read some reviews, hopefully watch my videos, and mainly collect what you enjoy. Probably the best way to find out more is by talking to people who also love film noir. You'll find plenty of those folks at a Noir City Film Festival near you. So thanks for watching this extra segment. I'll be back soon with another new releases video in just a few days. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and watch some great film noir.